do cocaine and fucking stuff fucking girls.
What do you want to get from this interview?
I want to see how much
you've changed.
Mike Tyson just obliterated Jake Paul after the canceled Gervonta Davis fight, delivering a public reality check that shredded Paul's carefully crafted image. Tyson exposed the fear, insecurity, and fragile ego beneath the YouTuber-turned-boxer's flashy persona. This wasn't just criticism. It was a devastating verbal knockout to everything Jake Paul pretends to represent.
Because you have someone that we come from two different sides, of the world. We still on the same path to get the same thing.
The highly anticipated November 14, 2025 clash at Miami's Casa Center was abruptly canceled, stunning fans, shocking the media, and leaving boxing insiders speechless as confusion and disappointment spread instantly throughout the sport.
Also, I was thinking too, maybe Tank isn't used to being the B-side of a fight.
B-side, so everybody's working around his schedule, and now...
Yeah, when you the A-side, you get to dictate things, you pick who you want, blah, blah, blah. Maybe he's not used to being the B-side.
Jake Paul spent weeks hyping this fight, boldly insisting he'd destroy Gervonta Davis with ease. He acted invincible, talking like victory was guaranteed before the bell even rang. But that illusion collapsed fast. The moment the fight fell apart, Mike Tyson stepped in, tearing through the facade and exposing the flaws in Paul's carefully manufactured image and fragile boxing empire.
The Jake Paul-Tank Davis fight has officially been canceled. It is off. It is not happening on November 14th.
The cancellation quickly became its own spectacle, as Jake Paul claimed he withdrew out of respect for Gervonta Davis's ongoing legal complications.
So that fight that was supposed to go down with Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis in Miami on November 14th is not happening. It has been canceled, and this comes, not too long after Gervonta Davis was accused of assaulting a woman at a strip club.
And you know what I heard? I heard that Gervonta Davis was being very difficult to work with, and Netflix was just waiting for it.
He insisted he was simply waiting for the right reason. Paul claimed he didn't want a fight clouded by lawsuits, calling his withdrawal a strategic and responsible move. He spun it as protecting the sport's integrity and avoiding chaos, positioning himself as a fearless competitor who only enters the ring on his own terms, carefully framing the narrative to make it seem like wisdom, not fear.
We're on worldwide television. Can you fight this nigga talking?
But Tyson wasn't buying any of it. The legendary heavyweight called Jake Paul's excuse hollow and fake, nothing more than a desperate move to protect a fragile image. Tyson said the truth was obvious. Paul's empire of hype, social media buzz, and carefully engineered PR had never been tested against a true world-class fighter like Gervonta Davis. This wasn't about respect, Tyson argued. It was fear disguised as strategy. Paul underestimated the danger, and even worse, he overestimated his own ability. Tyson dismantled the narrative, exposing the insecurity beneath the bravado.
He wants to make some money.
No, I know, he's a good showman.
Fellow.
Mike Tyson shredded the myth of Jake Paul's invincibility, exposing the weak foundation beneath his record. He emphasized that Paul's 12 wins, including 7 knockouts, came mostly against non-boxers or aging MMA fighters, opponents lacking real boxing pedigree, size, or skill. Even Paul's most hyped achievement, the 2024 split decision over a 58-year-old Tyson, was driven more by spectacle than ability. Tyson's message was clear. Jake Paul had never faced a real boxing threat. And Gervonta "Tank" Davis, with blistering speed and devastating power, was the nightmare waiting to punish that illusion.
AJ wanted to go through the motions, wrap the hands, and just gear up to what is.
Paul's claim looked absurd when the numbers were laid bare. Gervonta Davis dominates at lightweight with elite speed and precision, while Paul has fought mostly at cruiserweight or heavyweight, relying on size and power, not skill, to bully opponents.
It was Jake Paul who found a scapegoat in an exit strategy and got to move.
Tyson stressed that Paul's size advantage wouldn't matter against a fighter like Davis. Every win that shaped Paul's reputation would crumble against Davis's skill and intensity. The idea of a strategic withdrawal was laughable. This was the first clear fracture in the Jake Paul myth, exposing real vulnerability in his carefully crafted boxing empire.
What I'm saying is that
I feel really.
Tyson also highlighted the emotional fallout of Paul's cancellation. Fans had been hyped, tickets sold, and media attention at a fever pitch, all for a fight that never happened. The abrupt withdrawal, dressed up as a noble decision, sent shockwaves through the boxing world. Social media erupted with memes, debates, and scathing commentary. Amid the chaos, Tyson's words cut to the heart of the matter. Paul's bravado, confidence, and larger-than-life persona were suddenly under scrutiny. The fearless image he projected was crumbling. The first real test of his career had been dodged, not out of morality or respect, but because the challenge embodied by Davis's speed and power was far beyond what Paul had truly anticipated.
You've got a very talented YouTuber that's built himself into a massive influence with huge following.
Even insiders in the boxing world weighed in, debating who truly pulled out and scrutinizing the legal disputes surrounding Davis and Paul. These controversies only amplified Tyson's critique, exposing Paul's attempt to claim the moral high ground. He appeared evasive, carefully protecting the image of a flashy empire that had never been genuinely tested. Tyson framed his observations as a broader warning. Boxing is unforgiving, and hype can only carry a fighter so far. True skill, real danger, and the willingness to face them head-on are what separate legitimate fighters from celebrities. Jake Paul's rise, while undeniably impressive in terms of social media influence, promotional prowess, and global attention, was built on a foundation that hadn't faced true pressure. This episode highlighted overconfidence, misjudgment, and the limits of a career engineered for spectacle rather than substance. Tyson's critique stripped away the veneer of bravado, revealing the cracks and vulnerabilities behind Paul's confident public persona, proving that the first real test of his career had been avoided, not conquered.
Tank's team is now fighting back, and they're stating and he was more scared than he had ever been before a fight by facing Gervonta Davis.
And speaking of that empire, it deserves a closer look. On paper, Jake Paul seemed like a boxing force. 12 wins, 1 loss, 7 knockouts. But beneath the surface, the reality is different. Most of his victories came against non-boxers, MMA crossovers, or mismatched opponents. His most celebrated win, the 2024 split decision over Mike Tyson, looked impressive until you remember Tyson was 58, making a comeback that, while brave, wasn't the same as facing a prime elite-level fighter. Paul's bouts were heavily marketed, packed with media hype, flashy entrances, and social media campaigns. Yet when you examine pure technical skill, the cracks in his record and reputation begin to show, revealing an empire built more on spectacle than substance.
No, but we were going to go on a other card somewhere. You wouldn't have really heard of the person we were going to fight.
The cancellation revealed cracks in Paul's record that no victory ever could. His weight advantage, useful against many past opponents, meant nothing against Gervonta Davis. While Paul has thrived at cruiserweight and heavyweight relying on power, Davis fights at lightweight with blistering speed, knockout power, and technical mastery capable of dismantling any unprepared opponent. Tyson pointed out that this would have been Paul's first true test against someone whose skill set was completely different from the spectacle fighters he had dominated. Suddenly, the image of fearless Jake Paul faltered, forcing even his most loyal fans to wonder, could he survive a real boxing challenge?
One of the most feared punchers in the sport of boxing. He's got a 93% knockout percentage. That's one of the best among current world champions.
Gervonta Tank Davis' team fights back. After Jake Paul canceled the fight, went on a tirade.
Davis's legal issues didn't reduce his danger in the ring. If anything, they added chaos to the narrative. The allegations may have offered Paul a convenient excuse to withdraw, allowing him to appear graceful, but Tyson's critique made one thing clear. Avoiding the fight didn't protect Paul's image, it revealed its fragility. For the first time, the public could see that Paul's confidence might rely more on clever marketing, social media influence, and hyped, carefully orchestrated fights than on genuine, tested boxing skill. His carefully managed persona had limits, and this moment exposed them.
Jake fought a guy who was his age and was also considered a boxer, and he lost.
It just pisses me the fuck off. And then
You're good. Take a break. Take a break.
yeah,
The cancellation became a cultural flashpoint. Fans erupted in outrage, analysts dissected every statement, and social media exploded with speculation, memes, and hot takes. Amid the chaos, Tyson's commentary cut straight through the noise. Paul's bravado, his empire of hype, and his untouchable persona were suddenly exposed as vulnerable. The fight that never happened accomplished what no victory ever could. It stripped away the spectacle and revealed a fighter shielded by marketing, social media influence, and carefully staged events rather than tested by real danger. It was a perfect storm of curiosity, chaos, and critique, where hype collided with reality and persona collided with genuine skill. Jake Paul's carefully constructed empire trembled under public scrutiny. Through it all, Tyson's words served as a stark reminder. Boxing isn't about image, social media, or avoiding challenges. True boxing is about stepping into the ring, facing a real threat, and proving without cameras, tweets, or spectacle that you belong. In this moment, Paul's facade was laid bare, and the limits of his hype-driven career became undeniable.
So that fight that was supposed to go down with Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis in Miami on November 14th is not happening. It has been canceled.
The moment the cancellation hit, social media erupted into complete chaos. Fans, analysts, and even casual observers couldn't stop debating the central question. Who really pulled out of the fight? Jake Paul, or was it Gervonta Davis's legal troubles that forced the cancellation? Twitter threads stretched endlessly, TikTok clips multiplied, and Instagram reels captured every wild theory imaginable. Some fans were outraged, some entertained, and some just couldn't believe the drama had reached such fever pitch over a fight that never even happened. Every statement from Paul's camp was dissected, every ambiguous tweet analyzed, and every meme became its own commentary on the unfolding chaos. Yet, amid all the frenzy, anticipation didn't fade. It intensified. People were now fixated on Paul's next move. Could he salvage his image? Could he finally face a legitimate challenge? Or would his empire of spectacle continue to teeter on unsteady ground? The pressure was immediate and relentless. Every press appearance, every training clip, and every social media post became a litmus test, measuring whether Jake Paul could prove himself outside the bubble of hype and spectacle, showing that he could survive and even thrive against genuine boxing competition.
It's Jake, it's consensual. Two consensual parties,
Well,
two
you didn't
women.
say that word.
No, I'm saying it's consensual. I'm saying these two women.
So
came
he paid
together.
women to beat on each other.
Exactly.
Looking ahead, speculation about Jake Paul's next fight, possibly streamed on Netflix, added another layer of intrigue. Rumored opponents ranged from Nate Diaz and Francis Ngannou to Ryan Garcia and Terence Crawford. While none of them matched Gervonta Davis's lightweight speed and technical precision, each represented a serious, distinct challenge. The broader point was clear. After the cancellation, Paul could no longer lean solely on spectacle and hype to carry his career. Tyson's critique loomed over him like a shadow, a stark reminder that every future fight would be judged against reality, not marketing or social media buzz. That cancelled bout became a symbol of fragility. Paul's rise had been flashy, media-driven, and built on hype, but it was untested. One cancelled fight, combined with a public dismantling from a legend like Mike Tyson, stripped away the veneer. Tyson didn't just critique a fighter. He exposed the truth behind the empire. Behind the theatrics, bravado, and spectacle, Jake Paul's carefully curated image was vulnerable. And now the boxing world and social media watched closely, waiting to see if he could survive the reckoning.